Hello guys and welcome to the Thousand Sons card review. Overall, I would say they are pretty strong, if not broken. But let's see what they have to offer. So let's start with the Warlords. Ahriman, Psyker 1, 35 HP, 1 Psychic Energy, choose a card from your deck and move it to the top of your deck. So I think he's pretty good. Medium initiative, as I think all the other warlords. Um, like the fact is that he can curve out a little bit better maybe than some other warlords. The problem I think is that if you like choose the card, especially maybe in the late game, you can't avoid to put the card don't activate and actually draw something else. So if you're stuck with 3 bad cards, you're going to draw one of these anyway. So that's, I think, a minor setback for Ahriman, even if I think he's a really strong warlord, especially with the card pool that they got. Then we have Magistus Zaman. He has an ability that is similar to Saul Tarwitz. So you choose a card in your hand and lower its cost by 1 energy. This can break the curve pretty easily. I think is really good, especially with low energy cards and big beaters like 7 or 6 drops, which they have quite a few that are really strong. And like this can actually break the curve really easily. I think that Magistus Amon will see some play for sure, also Ahriman. And then we have Magnus. Is incredibly powerful in my opinion. So the Psychic Energy draws 2 cards, and if you don't play them, they go back to your deck. Then he has a Whispers, which is a -1 cost for each point of Psychic Energy you spend. It's not impossible to achieve the transformation. It's not that easy, but if the game goes long enough, you can definitely get it, and then it becomes maybe this I think is one of the best forms in the game. So Psyker 3, Arcana gains +1/+0 and deals 1. Arcana triggers whenever you spend Psychic Energy, so it becomes more survivable and actually deals even more damage. And for its active ability, it deals 4/6 damage, which is a big chunk. I think that Magnus is maybe a little bit strong, I have to say. Also, I think by far is the most powerful by right now. He has some trouble generating psychic energy, but apart from that, I think is really strong. Then we have the new cards. Let's start with Practice Squad. Psyker 1, 1, 2, rally gain 2 energy, 2 psychic energy. Okay, it's not great, but at least gives us some psychic energy to work with. Especially as an early drop, I think is really fine, since psychic energy doesn't empty like at the end of your turn, so I think is really good. Divinatory Aegis, I think this card will not see that much of a play. It only influences tactics. If it also influences the troops, I think it would be worth considering. The focus is interesting though, but still I think most matchups, especially aggro, I think it's waste of a slot. Biomancer's Rage, give +2/+0 to a troop, flank, focus 1, give it flank. This I think could see some play, it's not bad at all. For 2 energy, giving flank and +2/+0 is a good trade, it's not bad. So I think this is a card you can include for sure. Not broken, but it's really good. Called Tutelary, I think this one was already in. Give Psyker 2 and +1/+1 to a friendly Astartes, and Focus 2, give it Precognition. Giving Precognition I think is very interesting, and this card I think is really strong. Also Psyker 2, since they struggle a bit to build up psychic energy, buffing, giving Psyker, and also giving precognition to protect it, I think is a good trade. A good trade for 2 energy. So for sure, I would like, if it survives, the 2 psychic energy you spent for the focus are going back as it is a Psyker 2 now. So I definitely think this would see some play. Then we have Diviner's Dart. Choose a tactic in the enemy deck and create a copy of it. Focus 2, lower its cost by 2. This card is really strong. Like, I played it in the event. I actually had a deck that had 3 copies of this. I think the first deck I used, and it's really strong. Like, you can copy. Also, you can choose the tactic. It's not a random tactic. So, like, you can maybe get something really powerful, and lowering the cost actually influences the curve by a lot. I would argue that maybe the best warlords to play this with are Ahriman and Ammon, if I have to guess. But also, I think Sakanat can make good use of it. Also, Sakanat got changed. Let me touch it for a little bit. Psycho 1, Arcana gains +1/+0 on the next attack this turn, and 2 psychic energy deal 2 damage. I think you are not even going to bother dealing 2 damage unless you are really in trouble. But the Arcana is really strong. Like, this Arcana is great. Like, you can bash for 5-6 damage with a pretty aggressive deck. I guess Sakanath is way better. Sanath is way better than most aggro warlords, also because his card pool is very good. So I would actually play him. Like, if when I have all the cards I need, I think I will play Sanath. Okay. Then we have Kind Shields. I wasn't too keen about this card. I think I was wrong. Like, this card is really strong. Like, especially the Focus. Focus 3 give it to the Ancient Unit Shield. So you can give Shield to 3 units for 2 energy. I think this card, as a 1 copy, I would include it in almost every deck because it makes you trade upwards by a pretty large margin. So yes, I think this card is very good. Maybe a little bit too good. But then we have Mirac Squad. Arcana deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Not great. I wouldn't play this card, but if you feel so, go ahead. Felt Khalisar. Psyker 2. 2/3 for 2 energy. And 2 psychic energy gives shield to another friendly unit and they can act again. This card is amazing. It's so fucking strong, and the fact that its 3 health actually make it quite survivable. I would play 2 of these in every 1000 Stone deck. Then we have Sons of Prospero. This card, I think it's broken. Give +0/+2 to your troops. If they have Psyker, they also get precognition for 1 turn. If you have 2 troops for 2 energy, you're giving 4 health and also precognition on basically everything they have. I think you should definitely play this card as a 2 of. Then we have Temek Squad. 3/2 for 2 energy, Psyker 1 and Focus 1 put in play a Psychic Barrier. So this is a replace for the 3-drop that they had that put in play the Psychic Barrier. I think this is better. 1, because you can also choose not to do it, and also it costs 1 less energy. And it's the fact that it's even a Psyker, I think this is also a card that we see a lot of play, like especially as a turn 3-4 drop. This can really screw up how your enemy is going to attack, since psychic barriers are real annoying to deal with, especially for aggressive warlords. So I guess this guy is really a good card. Echoes of the Past, I never liked this card. Choose a tactic that you play this game and put it in your hand. I wouldn't bother playing this, if I have to say. Evoker of Pain, deal 2 for damage to a random enemy, focus to repeat this effect. This card is amazing. Deals really a good amount of burst. If you play 2 of these with a focus, you can deal up to 16 damage in 1 turn for 6 energy, which is amazing. 2 of these I think will go in every single Thousand Suns deck, except maybe for Ammon. If you're playing like big stuff, maybe you can forgo this. Feathered Serpent, deal 2 damage if target dies, gain 3 psychic energy. Great card. 3 psychic energy is actually a lot. I would play 2 of these in surely Magnus, maybe also Sakanath. I think they're great. Kennetai Blade, one of the cards I honestly think with the Sanath deal, like, it's amazing. It's basically the same Arcana as he has. So every time you spend psychic energy, it gets +2 +0. I think 2 of these in Sanath for sure. And maybe also outside, because 3 energy for a 3/4 Psyker that actually lets your Warlord kill stuff is really good. Then we have Legionary Anku, 3/3 for 3, focus 1, gain +1/+1. I wouldn't bother playing this guy, but it's an aggressive drop. Maybe in Sanath he can do something interesting. Legendary Tulek I think is a must inclusion. Then we have Life Ward Meten, 2/5 Psyker 1 frontline. I think they have better 3 drops than this guy. Like, if it was maybe a 3/4 frontline, I think it would be better, but 2/5 is not nearly as aggressive. So yeah, he's a big body, but I think it's too passive. Prosper in Arcana, choose a Psychic Power and add it to your hand, it costs 2 less. This card is quite good since you choose the Psychic Power, it's not random, and actually can give you like 0 energy shield, 1 energy, 2 for damage twice, 0 energy flank. Like, I think it's really good. Especially, again, Magnus for sure. Maybe also Ahriman could play this card. I think as a 1-of it's pretty good, even 2-of. Run Squad, Psyker 1, 2 Psychic Energy, give +0/+2 to your units, includes your Warlord, 3 energy, 2/3. So this card is really strong in event, but outside from that, like, it's going to die every single time. So I don't think it's worth playing, but the effect is really strong. Some Squad, Psyker 2, 2/4 for 3 energy, focus 1, create a random psychic power in your hand. 2 of these I think we'll see play in most decks, because it generates value. It's a 2/4 for 3 energy, which is not bad as a stat wise, and it's also Psyker 2, so I think this card will see some play for sure. Then we have Amsu Squad, Psyker 2, 3/4, 4 energy, 2 Psychic Energy, put in play a Psychic Barrier. Again, like, it's not bad, but I think they have better 4 drops than this guy. Like this, for example, the Apothecary. Psyker 1, 3/5 for 4, so stat line is good. Arcana, heal 2 to a random friendly unit. Like, this sometimes can heal you for so much that it's actually amazing. I think this card in most Thousand Suns deck, especially maybe the weaker from the aggressive point of view, the more defensive decks want 2 of these for sure. And even in aggressive decks I would play 1 of these, maybe even 2. Then we have Avaris Ozir, the Rhino, Arcana, draw a card. Perfect for aggressive decks. It's not great stat wise, but it's not even bad, so I think it's a good inclusion in Sanath and maybe even Ahriman. Magnus I wouldn't bother since he draws by default. Then we have Blade of Annunurta. For energy, your warlord gains Psyker 2 and draw up Psychic Power. Not bad at all, especially in Magnus Ahriman. This card I think is really strong. Yeah, like the fact that it draws up Psychic Power is just a cherry on the cake, but I think this card will see some play in those two warlords. Kenethai Blade Master, Psyker 2, flank, focus 4, gain sneak attack. This card is broken, I think will be fixed soon. Like it's way too strong considering how easily you can protect it with shields, precognition, giving it more health. So I think this card will see either a cost increase, attack like attack going to 4, but something needs to happen. Like also it's a Psyker 2, so it's like incredible. Cat Vaskas, Psyker 1 for 4 energy, focus to create a pyromatic combustion in your hand. Pyromatic combustion is this card, Psychic Power, deal 3-5 damage and focus 5, deal it to all enemies. I think it's not bad. I think there are stronger 4-drops, but if you're going for an aggressive type of deck, this can create additional burst in your hand, so I think it's really good. But by no means is a must inclusion like this guy. I think, again, Sanax I think will be the most interesting to include this with, because he wants to play really aggressive, so why not doing it with a card that generates you a burst. Numerologist Ptra, Psyker 1 for 4 energy, focus 3, draw a vehicle and lower its cost by 2. This card is really strong, like it's amazing. And the vehicles that you can draw are actually pretty good. So this is a card that I think will see a lot of play. Pyromatic Combustion, I think this card is great. 4 energy for dealing 3-5 damage to all the enemy board and the warlord is very strong. Like I think 2 of these will go in almost every single Thousand Sun deck, because you have a limited amount of board clearing, and actually focus 5 is not really that hard to achieve, so I think Pyromatic Combustion will see some play. Like compare it to Call of Cowardice. Call of Cowardice deals 2 damage, or even Quelling of Hope deals 3-5 damage. Like 5 damage is like a lot on a troop, like it kills almost everything, so if you high roll with this is amazing. Then we have Telepathic Hallucination, give -2/-2 to all enemies until your next turn, and focus 3 give also can't attack. Card I think is amazing. I love this kind of card that give can't attack to all the board, and give it -2/-0 is still really good against aggressive warlords. I think if you are playing control Magnus, I think this card is a must include, it's so strong. Then we have Arcane Convergence. Put in play to Mirac Squad and give them Psyker 1. Mirac Squad deals 1 damage to a random enemy. I don't think this card is that bad, but you have so many strong cards, I don't think this one makes particularly of a difference. Arc Sorcerer, draw 3 cards. For each attack you draw, you gain 2 psychic energy. Not bad. It's like the White Scars one. I think as a one-off it's pretty strong, especially like Ahriman. All the kind of warlords that don't have a particularly good card draw, maybe you can forgo it in Magnus, I think. Then we have Aztar Kashtoth, Psyker 2, 5/5, 5 energy, precognition, permanent precognition. Put in play a Castellac Akea Automata, which is this card. For 5, can attack Arcana, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. So the Castellac sucks. The fact that it is a 5/5 precog It's for 5 energy, it's really good. I think this card is just so strong that you cannot forgo this. Like, even if it's not straight up broken, it's still so good that I think most decks want to run it. Bust Terminators, 5 energy, 4 6, Psyker 1, 3 energy, deal 3 damage to an enemy its adjacent unit. Decent, but I wouldn't bother playing this guy. Castellax sucks. Predator Totmet, rally, deal 3 damage. If target dies, creates a random psychic power in your hand. So he's not a psyker, but the effect is really good. And deal 3 damage is not insignificant amount of damage. And it's still a 4/4 for 5 energy. I think it's really similar to the Brorting Thrin from Agents of the Sigillite. I would play this guy. I think he's pretty good. Takram Squad, unstoppable, focus to gain flank. You have better flankers than this guy, and 5/4 is not going to survive at turn 4, so I wouldn't bother playing it. Aren Sorcerer, 6 energy, 5/6, Psychic 2. Choose a psychic power, have 2 copies of it to your hand. I think it's a little bit too slow, and you have better 6-drop that do something at least the turn you play them. For example, this guy, which is Psyker 1, resolution, create a psychic power. So, yes, this you can choose, but it has to survive, while this one at least gives you always a psychic power. And also is at 6/6. Yes, this is Psyker 1, this is Psyker 2, but I think Akoris Veterans is a little bit better. Then you have Crimson King, fill your hand with psychic power, they cost 2 less. Yeah, like it's good. The fact is that I think sometimes it's bugged. Like, I was playing against a guy that played this card, he has 3 cards in hand, and at the end of the day he gained 4 psychic powers instead of 7. So I don't know if this is how it should work. Like, definitely it's not, but I don't know if they instead of fill your hand, like, have the number set to 4. But anyway, like, this can give you 0 cost shields, 1 cost burst, 2 cost burst. Like, this is I think a strong card. As tempo wise is not amazing, but it's still not bad. And you have Motep Ashrak, 6 energy, 6/7, Psyker 3. Arcana, lower the cost of attacking your end by 1. This card is amazing, really strong, great stats, great cost. Psyker 3 is just the cherry on the cake. The Arcana effect is really good. This will see play in every single thousands on deck. Mind Wrath, destroy an enemy troop, focus 6, deal damage to any warlord equal to its attack. Good. Maybe as a one-off, but destroying an enemy troop straight up is just, yes, like, it's good. The focus 6 I don't think is worth it, but the destroy an enemy troop for 6 energy definitely is. Also, it's a psychic power, so you can generate it with Akoris Veterans, Anen Sorcerer, and so on. Totek Nem, 6/6 for 6, focus 2, game frontline and +1/+1. I think this is not bad in Anon, but they have better 6-drop than this guy, so it's not bad though. Then we have Thoron Terminators, 4/7, 6 energy, Arcana, give +1/+1 to a random friendly troop. This card is really strong, like, good stat line for the cost. The Arcana is just sometimes is just amazing. Like, if this survives one turn, it snowballs the board completely on your favor. Hidarap Tomalak, when an enemy does gain 1 energy, this card I don't think is that good, like, it's too slow. Incepted Kurastis, Psyker 2, 7 energy, 5/7, rally, gains precognition, 2 psychic energy, gains +1/+1 and can act again. Amazing, protects itself, Psyker, can get bigger. This card will see, I think, 2 of in Magnus for sure, since this counts toward lowering your reckoning cost. And yeah, just amazing card. Set Scourge. It's very similar to the um, tank of the Emperor's Children. 7 energy, 7/6 rally, deal 2 damage, focus 2, deal 2 additional damage. This card is one of the things you want to get with the Tech Marine, the Numerologist. And I think like going this into that is just wow, like so strong, especially if you are playing like aggressive. I think it's a really good combo. Sorcerer Hat, Psyker 2, 6/8 for 7, deal 2/5 damage to random enemy. I think this card sucks. Ancient Manakmor, 8 energy, 7/8, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Too slow. Cadet Takam, rally, destroy an enemy troop, focus 6, repeat this effect. This guy is like such an amazing card. He's so strong. Like, it's a big boy that always destroys a troop. If you use the focus, it destroys another one. It's just amazing. 100% this card will see play. Amarotep Amenket. Psyker 2, Arcana, deal 1 through damage to 2 random enemies, 9 energy, 9/9. I have to say, the Arcana is really strong. The cost is really high. Maybe if you are playing the Tech Marine, otherwise I wouldn't bother playing this guy. Mahis Bastion, 10 energy, focus 3, gain frontline and shield 6/12. This card is unplayable, too slow. And then, yeah, we have covered everything. So overall, I think they are a little bit too strong and need some tuning. Especially some cards like this. This card is amazing. But overall, I think they are really funny, way more funny than they used to be. I didn't enjoy them that much before, but now I think they are actually very interesting to play because, like, the fact that they also have to spend energy. They have to spend energy and psychic energy to make them the psychic power is actually worth it. Makes it a little more difficult to play them. So I'm looking forward to collect them and actually play some Thousand Sons in the near future. I got 2 legendaries. I need at least this guy because before it gets nerfed, because this guy is amazing. But anyway, let me know what you think about Thousand Sons and if you enjoyed playing them in an event. See you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video.